Hey guys, and welcome to another Treasure Scramble video. I'm sorry this one's a bit late, but one of my good friends is getting married next week, so we threw a surprise party at his place yesterday, and yeah, needless to say, I got a little bit drunk, but that does not stop me from uploading. Well, it almost did, but some people in my guild was like, hey, where's the guide? And I guess I'll just show you guys my teams in this video. I'll also show you guys a guide, which is slightly outdated. For this foreground. Now remember, of course, this foreground is where there's no factional bonuses. But enough talking, let's show you guys the teams that I have been using to well, basically stay at the rank that I am at, which is 1% on my region. Now this first team is basically the REM team with Olna, and this is the strongest PvP team currently out there. If you had Awakened Sophia, you would throw her in instead of Palmer, and also instead of Aziz, you can use Ivan, right, the new Hypergen support hero, and that's the best slot formation. However, dragging Ivan out and throwing him into a seal team is much better, for me anyhow. But obviously, if you could make all the best in slot teams, that would be what you do. Now, for my second team, I'm doing a dimensional team. Now, I am aware that the bonuses does not apply. For example, Albedo's 30 signature items does not apply, and also obviously the 5 same hero bonus does not apply. However, this, well, I can see now that it's only a 37%, but it used to be around 50% win rate, this team for me, and it's super cheap for me to make. But I could probably play around a bit with it and maybe throw in Solus in here or something. I'll have to cook up a little bit more. And also, this is a very good team if you had Awakened Athalia, because you could throw Awakened Athalia in instead of Mulan, and this team would be really strong. Also, Awakened Brutus is a hero that could work in here as well. Now down here, this is the speed team, right, where you use Lyca and you use Zorath. And then you use Vithil. Now, ideally, you would use Awakened Athalia or Awakened Thane instead of these two heroes here, but I have neither of those two, so I'm just using this, which is kind of a budget speed team, but as you can see here, 34% win rate is, it's decent, right? It doesn't use an Awakened hero. In fact, none of my teams use Awakened heroes, because the Belinda team and also the two I have built, Belinda and Solus, are gonna come in later, I think, or at least that's what I have planned out. And then lastly, of course, as you can see down here, this is my seal team. Now, obviously, my seal is level 15. The higher your seal is, the better this team will become. Instead of Canis and Rook, you could use immunity heroes such as Brutus or Olna, but obviously, if you pull Olna out of here, you won't have her here. And instead of Talene, you really want to use Matria this round, but I don't have Matria, and I presume most of you guys don't have Matria either. Alright, so that's the 4-team stage. Now going to the 5-team stage, the 4 first teams are exactly the same, but this is where I'm going to be slotting in my Belinda team. Now obviously Palmer should be in the Belinda team, but I'm unsure what I should use instead of Palmer here. Maybe I would use the Hypergen support hero. I have used her before in this team. I'm talking about, where is she? There she is. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name. Desira, right? Because she's actually a decent support, with all things said. So maybe I'll try cook a bit with that. But I'm planning on using Belinda as my 5th team, and then for my 6th team, I'm planning on using a Solus team, right? And this is basically just a Nevanthi with 2 summoners, and then also using a star for damage reduction, and then this hero as well for more damage reduction. But this is my 6th team plan, so to speak. It's obviously subject to change, but this is about what I've been able to cook up for this round. Obviously, this round is super hard, and there isn't a lot of guide content, and most of the guide content, right, because it's such a new round, you can't use any previous guides, and also because this is such a unique buff, it really tears apart the meta. But as always, if you guys wanted to know what the best formations are, you would go look at your leaderboards, right? And you can see here's the REM team, here's the dimensional team with Brutus, right? Here's the I'm presuming a seal team. I'm guessing the seal is in here, and then obviously this is the rush team using a very cheap variation with only 2 awakened heroes. So you guys should be able to make that one. I'm just kidding, of course. Completely disgusting, the state of PvP with all these awakened heroes, if I gotta be honest. I do have another thing that I want to show you guys before I go. This is going to be a real quick video, guys, because I want to go back to bed. So if I go to the browser real quick, I have this one, which I also showed you guys last round of the fog rotation. And it turned out to actually be fairly spot on, because this was made before the first fog rotation. This was kind of like like ideas for teams for the fog rotation, and so far most of them have held true, right? You have the Rush team, you have the Rem team, Belinda team, Seal team, this team, I don't know, Summoner team, right? Abusing Nevanthi's engraving here to buff up Solis and buff up this pillar guide, and then obviously down here you have the Thane team, right? But these are some high level team comps, right? And most of you guys are probably not going to be able to make those. So what I would recommend is just doing like me, right? You make 2-dimensional team, you make a Rem team, and then you make an Albedo centric team, but obviously Albedo doesn't work in this round. I have tried to put Yennefer instead of Albedo because, you know, I was thinking theoretically that would be better, right? Because Albedo pretty much does nothing other than give some shielding and immunity. But the team was actually worse with Yennefer in here, which I found interesting. But yeah, a Rem team, dimensional team, a speed team with Sorath and Lyca and whatever strong, like rushing, high damage heroes you can make. And then a Seal team, depending on your Seal level, it'll have varying effects, right? And also Canis and Rook, obviously a expensive hero. Things that you can slot into this Seal team includes heroes such as Kelthar, right? Because he goes into Thorn comp usually. Obviously, you could use Ulna, but Ulna is used elsewhere. You can use the regular version of Brutus instead of him, right? Because he provides immunity just like Canis and Rook. The thing about Canis and Rook is Brutus's immunity gets instantly procced, Canis and Rook does not, and it's able to stall out even further. And obviously, if you had Matria built, right, the best in slot formation would probably include Matria in here instead of Canis and Rook. But because of the swap event, I had a very, very stacked Canis and Rook, so I'm trying to use him wherever I can in PvP. But that's about it, right? I don't have a plan for my 7th team yet. I'll see what I can cook up. I'm also probably going to play around a bit with Palmer's positioning. And this last team is highly experimental, so I'm gonna see how this one goes, and then I'll adjust accordingly. And also, I kind of want to pull out Palmer. As I said, I want to pull out Palmer and maybe put him in the Belinda comp. But obviously, this team is super, super, super good, right? Currently at like an 80% win rate, right? So throwing that team apart just seems like a bad idea to get a little bit extra strength in some other teams. But yeah, this is pretty much the teams for this current round of the Treasure Scramble for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do a Nightmare Corridor video after this one. The thing about the Nightmare Corridor for this round is I did all my attacks. If we go look at the leaderboards real quick. I did all my attacks at the beginning of the week because I still had access to the trials. So I haven't really been able to improve my my time, because obviously I no longer have these 2 heroes available, but I still have a Nightmare Corridor video from 2 weeks ago, which uses neither of the trial heroes. But that's about it for the Treasure Scramble. I hope you guys can rank higher. A little bonus info, I guess. Some people asked me for my Heroes of Esperia team, but I'm not at the 5 team stage yet. So I only have 3 teams in here, and as you can see, I'm only really using 2 teams. And the reason for this is this will bring my overall combat score down. As you can see, I'm at 39 million. If I fielded 3 complete teams, right? If I put in a strong team in here, I can just show you guys real quick, right? Just throw in some random heroes, right? All of a sudden now my team is at 51 million, right? So I just gained like 10 million power, 12 million power. And the reason I'm leaving this team empty is because bringing down my overall power baits people into attacking me. So as you can see here, some people are attacking me and giving me some free points, right? But obviously, I don't fear not being able to reach the highest rank with my account. I've been able to do it every single time in the Heroes of Hesperia. But once I hit the 5-team stage, I'll make a quick video on the teams that I'll be using, just to keep you guys in the loop. But if you're in doubt, it's basically just PvP teams, right? So go look at the Treasure Scramble videos, go look at the Treasure Scramble leaderboards, and take some of the teams that you could build into your hunting or into your Heroes of Hesperia formation, and you'll be golden. But that is it for me. I hope you guys can hang in there in the Treasure Scramble, even with all the awakened heroes flying about currently. I'm excited for the new Wilder. As you guys know, I'm holding my breath and waiting for the new Wilder to spend my time emblems. So hopefully I will be able to improve my scores as well once I summon my 3rd awakened heroes. But that's enough rambling. I'll stop here. Have a good day.